a blog post. And the blog post is what goes out. So then you can see the collection of blog posts. You have to scroll down to the bottom. At the bottom, you'll see the collections of blog posts that I've done. So that's how we try to manage it. We put it on this web page. We update this web page. Since that doesn't generate any notifications, I will also commit it just as a single post. That's the primary way that we communicate in real time. We also do have 2 listservs. So if you go to contact, that will provide, I'm not doing all of this here. If you go to contact and click on contact, it will tell you how to sign up for the listservs. The Ringo UNFCCC listserv is our main listserv for the constituency, and it's a one-way listserv. It's a way for us to send you information. It is not a listserv that you can reply back to. During the COPs, we actually don't use that one very much because there's almost 1,000 people on that list. The majority of you are not here, which is why we use the website for the COP. But that is an important listserv because it is where we send out opportunities for you to participate in other events throughout the year, and any kind of just general information the constituency needs. There's also a second listserv called the Ringo Faculty listserv. We sent this one out several years ago, initially with the idea of a way for faculty that were here with students to communicate with one another. It's turned into a little bit more of a broader usage. It is a listserv that if once you're subscribed to, you can post back and forth. So that's one that's been a little bit more formal. We have extra side events or events where we can stay. We go to Poland. So it's a little bit more of an informal one that people can communicate back and forth with. So those are the 2 listservs that are there. The last thing I wanted to highlight, 2 things. COP meeting notes. One of the things that we as a constituency have been able to do over the last couple of years is create a library of notes from the different sessions for our members that attended. And so if you go here, we look at, say, meeting notes from May, you'll see the different sessions. We were able to post notes where people attended sessions. As you'll find here, it's impossible to be everywhere at the same time. So this is a way in which we can help build capacity both within our constituency, but also the other constituencies and whoever would like to actually read them. So what we do is we put this disclaimer that they're your notes, not ours. We don't read them, we don't evaluate them, we don't check them, but we do share them. We ask if you attended a session, and if you're ticketed, if you have a ticket to a session, we actually require that you send us notes. That's kind of part of the way it works. So if APA is up having tickets to the session, if you get a ticket, then you're expected to take notes because we all can't be there, right? So we like that those people didn't have tickets. Even for sessions that are not ticketed, we would love to be able to share your notes because there's still too many places for us to be everywhere. So any notes that are shared, please just do a couple of things for me. Put your name on the notes and inside the document and the date, what session you attended, the day and the time. We've got several we'll open up and the name won't be on the notes or something like that. So please, this is on the website, but please do that. And then we can post them and we can share it. So this is just to give you an example of what it looks like for different events. But then those will be posted on the COP24 meeting notes page. The last thing I want to highlight real quick is the tools and resources site. People have asked, they're helpful. You would have CCC links here to get you to the daily program, the side event schedule. Daily reads, these are things I have my students touch, consult every morning before they get going, if they're supposed to. Yes. And also just some helpful sources. And these were also mentioned in our webinar that we did. So these are links that you can go to directly without actually going to the PowerPoint. So hopefully these will be helpful for you during the course of your talk.
Yes, thank you.
Website questions.
Thank you very much. Good. Now we are really doing good in time, so we can afford a short run of introducing side events that are coming up from your institution today or tomorrow. So let me start with my own institution, University of Zurich. We have a side event today at 6:30, together with Government of Tunisia on long-term emissions development strategies, LEDS. So yeah, in the room narrow over there, honestly, everybody is invited. Any further side event announcement anyone would like to make?
Lindsay, go ahead. Is there a microphone? Yeah. Can you give it just a big shout? Our technician has left the room.
Right, so this is on Thursday, forgive me, it's not the next Thursday, it's Thursday at 3 in room NARW, N-A-R-W. This is about inspiration. We're bringing together our top IPCC scientists, the Archbishop York, Martin Frick talking about an SCCC person, high-level indigenous, high-level negotiator, and high-level from Mars to look at all these different ways of what inspires you to get to 1.5. So if you're feeling tired, come on Thursday at 3 to hear some very high-level people about what keeps them going and why they're very hopeful. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other side events? Yes, please.
Hi everyone, my name is Steph. I'm presenting an event tomorrow at 4:45 on COP24 visits, along with researchers from the University of Cambria, climate outreach, and the University of Cardiff. And I'll be presenting on our work with television. So on the audio communications.
Thank you. Yes, please.
I'm Captain Romanek at the University of Texas in Austin. We have a side event Thursday, 3 o'clock in this room. And it's called Can Carbon Capture and Storage Help Poland and Similar Countries to Decarbonize Emissions?
Yeah. Okay. If there are no further announcements, I think we can announce the winners of our lucky draw. Please.
All right. Oh, did you have an announcement about a side event?
And some people never got passed, I mean, they never came up with it.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm very sorry, but given time constraints, we're going to need to go forward. And the good news is you get better seats and better viewing in the overflow room. But I do apologize. Yes.
One more side event.
Yeah, go ahead.
From the Institute for Transportation and Development Policy in Ramon Cruz, we have a side event policy pathways for decarbonizing transport, together with the International Transport Forum. That is going to be on Friday, December 7th at 6:30.
I have a clarifying question. The informal note that you mentioned for the informal is there the name
You mean the name of the room or?
the name of the
No, they refer us to the topic. They don't refer to specific documents. They refer to the strand of negotiation that will be discussed in the specific room informally today.
You mean you're referring to the announcement of it? And that was done, wasn't it after the COP or it's oral. Okay.
There is a one-page document on the highest level of the COP website.
So the one thing to stress that I would like to stress, these are opportunities for the parties to get together informally to have discussions on these topics. These are not open to observers. So just to make that clear.
I can tell you that party colleagues have told me that they're calling them coffees. And it's beyond informal. Okay, so when you see parties that you know because you've been observing their sessions for a while, having coffee, I wouldn't crash that coffee.
Quick question, do you know when the people see this, where that is?
Yeah, I think the seat is supposed to be as part of the opening ceremony, and it's supposed to be there, like that's where it will be pointed to. And I think Attleboro is supposed to give a short statement as probably part of the opening ceremony. Does anybody else have any information about that? I have not been tracking that closely. Okay. his speech, well, that would then put it right at the beginning before the heads of state and heads of government. Sorry, it was, yeah, so, oh, great. So evidently there was a tweet about it, which just a reminder, we have a list of different Twitter feeds to follow on the Ringo website, and thank you for doing it. And evidently it was announced that Attleboro would speak at 11:35, which, right, if all goes according to time frame, more or less, that would be right before the heads of state and heads of government speak. Right, so, sorry? This would be in the ceremony, in the big room, in the big plenary M, with the overflow room, plenary S. Right, so now let's get out these tickets. In the order they were chosen, so there are 10 tickets, but I'd ask you to do, I'll call your organization and your name. Please come up. And come to the side as we close up. Okay? That's going to make one more quick announcement. Boy, we're doing a lot of grumbles here, right?
I'm looking at my students, like, kind of keeping on task. I just wanted to, there's registration involved. This is the benefits on Friday, but there's pre-registration. In the U.S. Climate Action, with your Sloan Center, there will be an opportunity for U.S.-based youth from all constituencies to get together in a coffee discussion type format to talk about how you can work with ambition in the U.S. And so the idea is that you get together from Dongos, Ringos, however they happen to be here, and just have that conversation with U.S. youth. There is a limit to 50 people, and they do ask for the registration. And so they ask you to limit to 1 or 2 per delegation, just to make sure that there's an opportunity for diversity of voices. So, thank you. Thank you for reminding me.
So 3:15 to 4:35.
Thank you.
All right, so let's wrap up our meeting today at 9:50. We'll do it by announcing who received one of the 10 tickets. I hope, though, that whether you get the tickets or not to be in the main plenary room, plenary M, that you will take the time that we have right now to talk with each other. It's one of the reasons we took the time this morning to have you make introductions so that you can find kindred spirits, or as I would say to Lindsay in the back of the room, to make a new COP buddy. She's been my COP buddy since COP19. Never go into the pool without a COP buddy. Oh, Beth too, yes. We're joined at the hip now. Sorry, yes. Ready, so the University of Maine, Jim Settle. Monash University, Tani Burgess, or Tani, thank you. I thought it was Honey, I apologize. Vermont Law School, and anybody can come up because all of your cards were picked, but you only get one. But we will reuse, recycle if you want your cards back. And PLS, you don't get a choice, you get them back. Indiana University, Aaron Teeter, or Tester, could read the writing. And there we go. JYCS, Bartosh or Vantosh. Wonderful. Carbon Institute, Andrew Orozco. UCSD, John is right behind you, John Knowles. Sorry? Wonderful. So, is this all Colorado? If that's fair to folks, wonderful. Thank you. Good group. This is a good group. Yes. No, and we'll wrap up with that. But, great. So ULB Croedific and WUSL, Marissa Lerner. Marissa's right there. And finally, the Pacific Institute for Climate Solutions, Najenska Kali. Congratulations, everybody. Don't forget that there's the overflow room in plenary S. And just to be clear, those of you who have tickets are not required to take notes on the meeting and submit them.
Tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, same place, same time.
Ciao.
So, und wie ist deine Erfahrung so far? Der verschiedenen Events sich vorstellen. Wenn es mal da die Tasche holen könntest, das wäre nett. Danke sehr. Morning, yeah.
Yes, the answer is yes. I don't know the question.
Kommt nicht gleich wieder zusetzen.
Ellie Rogers, this past week.
Also, okay.
She's having a I told her that maybe just be well, and I don't teach one else class, so she wouldn't just bump into me. So, you know, when we have coffee, let's make sure I get this address to the I should know it. Actually, Allison. Okay, you got to shoot her an email. I can do that. Hi, did you have a question for me?
Oh, no, I wasn't suspecting. Nice to meet you.
Oh, right, good old college football. You guys are great.
That's good. I was wondering, was there a list that was circulated on the attendance list?
There was. I apologize for this. Beth.
I have to connect my computer to the.
The next group needs the room, so we need to close out the computer.
But I think that's anyway the house computer here.
Yes, no, I know what you're trying to do. This is her stuff, so.
Yeah, thanks.
Go ahead. So there is a sign-up sheet.
It never reads out such. I don't know. Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead and do your best to fill it in. So the next group is setting up for the 10 o'clock session. Can you find a spot? And then Beth, sorry. We'll figure out what to do with it. Go ahead and put it on, Katrina.
Yeah,
Okay.
in the past they have used this.
I know. So what we need to do is just coordinate. But in the meantime, go ahead and do it. And then we'll keep coming to the meetings. So we'll give you more information. Hello.
Sorry, I was kind of blunt. In the past, we have used sign-up sheets for the listserv, but that information you can go online and you can just sign up yourself. And so, please.
And thank you. I'm Katrina. I've emailed you a couple times. Now I will go to the
Oh, you
website. Yeah, sorry. I was talking to.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
And now I'm going to the email to the website now. I promise. Thank you so much for your help.
No, I mean, we're happy to help facilitate.
Yes,
Ringo?
Yeah. And I asked also the liaison office in the middle.
Right.
They are real people. No idea.
Oh, you mean for this meeting? Oh, no, it's always in a big room.
Right. No, I didn't know that it was. I was a bit lost.
Oh, I was going to say, because it is on our website too. Whenever you're feeling
Well,
lost, just go right
thank
to
you
it.
so much, and it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Is it just Ringo?
I just Google it every time,
Oh,
but it's ringos.net.
starts at 11:40, or does it start? No, it starts at 10. Okay.
But if
And
you
that's in the
Google just Ringo and COP24, you'll go right to it. Have you met Melanie Pill? This is Melanie.
I don't know, but email definitely.
Yes,
Yeah,
I definitely
know.
recognize your
that's
name.
Right.
All right, let me.
Apologies. So tomorrow we'll know that you're coming
Um,
in and we'll,
No,
we'll
but
end
no
earlier.
worry.
And which one is this?
So we're going to meet you tomorrow at 9 again, is that right?
I'm
We're going to meet you tomorrow at 9
Yes,
again.
same place.
Great.
Same time, same place. We got lucky. We get same time, same place.
That's
every
really
day.
good,
Some of
yeah.
the other
This
constituencies.
is very nice. That's
And everybody's
sounds
just
good.
lucky.
Excuse me, very quickly, what do you
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
I'll see you now.
Bye.
Do you have any recommendations?
Ringos
for people
that
to because I don't know
I
exactly.
think you could go to the ceremony if you want to see that kind of stuff.
Is it
The
a,
opening
it's a 10?
ceremony.
It's a 10. Yeah.
Windows
Yeah, the
that
overflow
net.
room is the second largest.
Okay.
This one, exactly.
See you later.
Ciao.
Could you open this question? And then this is where you can sign up for the other.
So this will to the listservs. So this is the formal listserv, and this is more informal. And then if you want to follow the blog, just for this. You want to be on the listserv to get all the readings.
I get them, but somehow, yeah.
Okay, but this is where you go.
Okay. But this week, it hasn't been that active.
Because I
That-
do it.
Oh, okay.
Because there's a thousand.
Because then there's a lot of,
Yes,
okay.
we try to send out one.
Well, because sometimes
Here's
it,
how I do
so then that one I didn't check.
And it's the secretary.
And at some point, then I had an extra ticket in my delegation, and I tried to send it to,
Schaut das aus?
to the
Es sollten
but it bounced back.
noch ein paar Leute kommen, die sich aber scheinbar verspäten. Und da werden wir darüber reden, was wir da in der Zukunft
But I guess it's not a
mit dieser Gruppe. Es ist einfach ein informelles Networking. Ja, und wir haben auch Leute, schauen wir mal, ob jemand zuschaut.
I gave it to a translator
So.
because
Ja,
I needed to send it,
Marc ist dabei. So,
whoever, but,
jetzt schauen wir mal. Aber
and there was an assistant to
Hello, Marc.
made the ticket in the past.
Oh, hello, Danae. sorry. Yeah, it said E, yeah. Therefore, and now I looked in the on the photo that I took yesterday, and there I've seen it's area G. Yeah. So, Mark, hello. Here's Max. This is Max from Austria. He's part of our delegation. Danae from Mexico.
Swing by and yeah.
Kind of tired because everything is kind of flat from here. And
Yeah.
everything is like a lot of people right now. It's incredible.
That's true.
Yeah.
And it's S, right? S as in Sam is
It's the overflow, yes.
Let's see whether we can get the audio from Mark.
Oh, okay. That was your voice. Oh, it's
Hi, Mark. Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay, very good. I can hear you as well.
Okay.
Good, very good.
Hello. Right now, I'm having problems turning my camera around so you can see me. Oh, you have a huge room there.
Yes, it's huge. We are not 100% full here.
And
Anna,
by the way,
do you know where Victor is?
He was in the ECOS spokesperson,
Ah, yeah, okay.
and I was there too, but I had to run to the.
Miro, I saw your note about using Google Hangout. Just for the record, Zoom also offers the possibility of recording.
So also offers it. Okay, I have to familiarize myself with Zoom. I haven't worked with it yet, and it was too busy the last few days, but
I understand.
I
Sure.
will try to learn it today.
Well, it just takes a few minutes. You do have to register an account, but it's very straightforward and very high quality.
Okay, very good. I will try whether I can increase the volume of your sound. Please,
Yeah, absolutely. Where are you calling? Yeah. You were the last man standing. Yeah. Actually. Okay, or the one with the one with picture.
Hi, Victor. Are you coming? It's area G. Area G. Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost in front of the new.
Dana said it's almost in front of the Jungo meeting room. Yeah. Okay. Okay, fine. Good.
I opened a Google Doc just
Yes.
to
Very
just
good.
to write the spokesperson's notes for our daily meeting.
Yeah.
And I will share with you on WhatsApp, on WhatsApp, I think, and even by email. Because we have to get ready everything about ECOS during this COP24.
Yes, we have
It's
to really
necessary
get
to do it.
up to speed. Yeah.
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 Yep.
Yeah.
This.
The presentation of Victor.
I didn't open it yet.
I think
it's good. Very good. Super. And I will find it, Victor. A few slides. Yeah. So I would say then we should then start with Victor's presentation. We will start with Mark saying a few words about ECOS.
About ECOS, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be fine. And yeah. Yeah, okay, 03. I'm more relaxed because my team is in Jungo and I'm here. Oh, I can be concentrated in this.
Yeah.
I can be focused in this.
Because we have this responsibility on our shoulder
Yeah,
to
exactly.
make
ECOS, and
work.
even for the temperature of the negotiations and even for a lot of the stuff, ECOS has to get ready for a lot of stuff. So.
And also that we prepare in the next 2 days or so everything that we can widely advertise it. Also, I thought Ringo was meeting here. There were 70 people or so, and we should invite them also to join us. But we have to do our homework first.
Yeah, we have to do. Oh, exactly. We have a lot of homework. Yeah. I agree with you.
So, we will start in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I can't see his screen.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
That's the point. Yeah.
What's your name? Freda from. Ah, super. Yeah, I was there. Ah, yes, yes, I was there in the Action for Climate Empowerment Forum. Yes, that's just for Oh, so nice. You will love these sessions.
Welcome. Good morning. I have your presentation ready here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw your slides and I think they are fine. Yeah, it was awesome. I think it was very concrete yesterday. So yeah.
So I would suggest that we start.
Yes.
Bravo.
Bravo.
Bravo. Mark, are you ready? He went offline. But nevertheless, we will start. Okay. Mark?
Yes, I'm here.
Super. So we will start now. So good morning, everybody, to the ECOS morning meeting, education, communication, and outreach stakeholders community. We are holding these morning meetings to coordinate these activities in the field of education, communication, and outreach. My name is Miroslav Polzer. I'm the technical support person for ECOS, and we have on the virtual participant, Mark McCaffrey, who was the initiator and is the focal point for our group, which is not really a constituency, but a recognized NGO grouping. And I will give the floor first to Mark, and then we make a tour de table, who is here, and then we will have a presentation of Victor about what ECOS is, and a survey that has been done about the potentials, and then I will announce some activities also for the coming days. But let's turn over to Mark.
Okay, thank you very much, Miro. And I'm having problems turning my camera around, so I will turn my computer around so that you can.
Okay. Okay, now I can see you very well. Yeah, super.
So I'm about 6 hours drive south of where all of you are. I'm in northern central Hungary, and I very much appreciate you all being there to help wave the flag of education, communication, and outreach for informed decision-making around climate action and innovative solutions. So
can you speak up a little bit? It's not
yeah, I'll tell you what, okay. Rather than looking at me, I'll turn it around because the microphone is better on the other side. Okay?
Awesome.
So you'll be just looking at our router now. Yeah, so can you hear me okay now?
Not really good, but...
Yeah, I don't know. Again, I think let's try to use Zoom tomorrow if we possibly can, because I think the quality of the communication is better than Hangout. But anyhow, we have been having meetings at the various COP meetings, COP22 in Marrakesh, which all of you were at. And I wanted to thank you all again, those of you who were there, for continuing to march forward with our efforts to try to bring awareness to the importance of climate literacy and climate education. I know that we don't have a big turnout today, and that's part of our challenge. Is that education often gets lost. All the other things that are going on related to climate change. But it's really integral. You know from research that climate literacy is very, not only important, but it's imperative that people understand the causes and effects of climate so that they can make informed decisions about how to reduce risk. And I think that I don't really have much more to say, but I hope that we can start to build more awareness about ECOS, as well as start to network with some of the other organizations, and maybe Ringo in particular, since they're really other organizations. So I know some of you have connections, especially to Youngo, and the more we work with them, I think the better off we'll all be. So I think with that, let me turn it back over to you, Miro. Thank you.
Mark, just a second, because Miro is trying to find a way to get much better the speaker, because we cannot hear you like much. It's like nobody's understanding you.
Okay.
I understand because I know what they say.
Of course, you know, but most of the people here know. I think we should put the microphone right now here, because this one is not working, so probably. And with the
maybe what we can do is translate what Mark was trying to tell you and introduce you when it comes to ECOS and how the idea got sprouted. And ECOS, as the name implies, education, communication, and outreach group stakeholders, is a group that aligns the efforts, the stakeholder efforts within the UNFCCC for these matters, basically for outreach, and the group consists of a diverse set of actors, from educators to NGO observers doing outreach, awareness raising, to even party delegates who focus on civil society outreach, and a lot of the main idea where ECOS roots from, and this is, I think, what Mark was trying to share with us, is the importance of climate literacy and education about climate science, and the first ECOS was gathered during the times of Marrakesh. That's right. And also Marrakesh was a time after Paris, which gave space for such new initiatives. Also within the UNFCCC, there was a good time for innovation, so to say, and also a good momentum for aligning efforts among all stakeholders. So the stakeholder group really tries to gather everyone within the UNFCCC who relates to these topics, and not just specifies on constituencies and specific stakeholder groups, like, let's say, all the other ones, all the constituencies like Bingo, Ringo, farmers, women and gender, but inviting everyone. So I think at this point we can see who is here today and make a round.
Yes.
And sorry, I didn't really introduce myself for those who don't know me. My name is Victor Jósa, and I come from Hungary. And in the past, I've been active within the UNFCCC space in youth empowerment, and now also on the side of health, how we can bring in health into the climate debate, but more importantly, how we can bring it into mitigation efforts. So,
thank you very much, Victor. Dane.
Okay. Okay. Well, my name is Ana Espinosa. I'm from Mexico City, and I'm co-coordinator of the Latin American and Caribbean Youth Climate Movement here in the negotiation process. Part of my team is here, and they are participating in Jungo as well. They are part of Jungo as well. And currently, I'm right now participating as part of the Mexican delegation as civil society members, because, well, the delegation has the opportunity to be engaged with NGOs, and we are like an advisors for the delegation. So yeah, nice to meet you. And yes, I'm working on education right now. I'll focus on financing for education, climate education, and sustainable development.
Thank you very much, Dane. And for information, there will be a full morning session, a thematic morning session on the issue of financing of climate education. And now I give the floor to Max, please. I hope it will work. Is it not working? Okay, then perhaps you come here and
have a try.
Or maybe here, like
works.
this.
You can come up here.
Yeah.
Take the seat next to Dane.
Yeah, or take the seat. Yeah, much better.
Well, hello. My name is Maximilian. I'm from Austria. I'm here with the IAAI, and I'm also a member of Climate Austria for half a year now. And I'm also doing we are doing empowerment projects in Austria. We're working together with schools, and yeah.
And you've had the local conference of youth.
Yeah, we've also had a local conference of youth some weeks ago in Vienna with about 200 participants. It was a huge success, and we could bring some ideas and output also to the COI here in Katowice. Yeah, and I've also attended the COI in Katowice from Thursday to Saturday. And yes,
thank you very much.
So far, so good.
Sham, could you also come here and work? Okay, if you can speak aloud, then it should be.
Hi everyone, I'm Sean from Chicago. I was born in India, living in US now. I'm here with Citizens Climate Education. We do a lot of work with like Citizens Climate Lobby and really try to advocate for carbon-free and dividend policy in the US and around the world. Some of our members are working in Canada for the past 8 years or so, and we have been successful in lobbying the Canadian government to pass this carbon-free dividend bill. So that's the policy side of it. But we also work to educate people about climate science and climate education.
Fantastic.
Supposed to be here with Joe Robertson. He's not actually here, but he should be here soon, I guess. So, thanks.
Thanks very much. Yeah, Joe was with us already in previous COPs, and we very much appreciate the work of Citizens Climate Lobby and Citizens Climate Education. Please, may I ask you to say also a few words to introduce yourself?
My name is Muna from Sudan.
Oh, welcome.
Assalamu alaikum.
I'm working for a High Council of Environment, environmental awareness. Are doing program and training programs, workshops, forums.
Wonderful. We are happy to have you.
Yes.
We use a lot of social media.
Okay. If you would want, you could also in one of our future meetings have some slides or about your work to present in more detail what you are doing.
Yes, yes.
Super. Super. Twelve, yeah. 6 you and your CCC. Thank you.
Thank you. Walaikum assalam. For action for climate empowerment, you are the focal point. Nice.
Of the communication and awareness, 60 elements for action for climate policy and follow up to positivity. Nothing is done about raising awareness. We have environmental program achieve environmental awareness through public awareness. About the public awareness, I have I prepared a program regarding environmental awareness and design of campaign and prepare about the forum and other program regarding environmental awareness.
Actually, we have national and all the institutions working related to the environment. Other NGOs or governmental
Yeah.
and we are representing all those institutions to make one action plan and then to ensure all these institutions have its own plan with finance.
Mm-hmm.
And working National Council for Environment.
Ah, yeah.
Yes, I idea of environmental awareness in National Council for
Excellent. We are happy to have you here. Yep, and that's perhaps also a very important point to stress that this ECOS community is about all stakeholders who are active in the field of education, communication, and outreach. It's different to the other constituencies because in other constituencies you have government, non-government somehow divided, and so. But in this field of education, communication, and outreach, we can only achieve really good results if everybody works together, because the governmental sector, the public sector has the schools, has universities, and national strategies, and only if these activities are very well connected with the civil society, NGOs work, then we have optimal results, and therefore we are very happy to have you with us here. Now, please.
Also interested in empowerment and everything. Currently, I'm preparing with my team, my friends actually in China about a workshop, fast fashion area to another coming for young female students in China. I'm also preparing for a Caroline and our COP24 acting the teachers in Goethe Institute because I'm majoring in German, and I think it would be great if we could reach students who are majored in an irrelevant area because we are a language student and can raise the interest to like attract these kind of students. And say, what about we organize the German version of COP24?
Excellent. Yeah, Climate is really one of my favorite organizations also because they're doing so innovative and well organized and important work also in the field of education, communication, and outreach. Congratulations. Preda, please. Please, if you come here perhaps and speak to the microphone, it will be better. Yeah. Okay, now we have a microphone. Very good.
Okay, yeah. And then actually we already have, Thailand already have the strategy, national strategy for action climate improvement, and we working on the action plan. And we also right now on the climate education, which we would like to share with others and see how it's going to work best for us, or how we can collaborate with others. Thank you so much.
Thank
nice to meet
you.
you all.
Thank you, Freda.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Manjari. I'm a kid from Thailand. Freda already talked about our work. I do support for the ACE, National Focal Point in Thailand. And most interesting here to follow up for the ACE topic. And because in our department we have many subdivisions to follow, education, training, public participation for the all 16. And here we come to see how the interesting activity here, and so we can have sharing for the information, and yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Super. Thank you very much, Cheryl and Freda. And with this, I give the floor to Victor to present his survey. Yeah, and I have your slides already here. And so we will learn about what the perception of ECOS is and its potentials, and then together over the coming days we will then really develop our strategy and action plan. And thank you, Victor, for your leadership on this.
Thanks, and it's really great to hear what's the composition of the audience today, and the reason we at the last meeting in Bonn we made a big network of people stakeholders, and after engaging with them, we put together a survey just to know, okay, who actually, to map our stakeholders, who are our members, and what are their main areas of work, and also what are their main obstacles. So if we can move on to the first slide, that is the composition of the ECOS audience. So it's made out of educators, and here I mean NGO, outreach groups, civil society groups, as well as community leaders, and here I also refer to faith leaders. In our previous meetings, gatherings, we often had faith groups and representatives of faith groups with us, as they have a big outreach to their community. Other professionals, I put it vaguely, as here I mean education professionals, civil society outreach professionals, as well as students. Students always make up the ACE empowerment efforts. As among in the UNFCCC, I could say that one of the, if not the main group that is working on ACE is YUMGO, is the youth constituency, and here I can say that we are celebrating some achievements and successes here as YUMGO ACE, as well as policymakers and ACE national focal points. ACE national focal points. We have learned that within delegations, within ministries for climate outreach, ACE national focal points often have several mandates among their ACE national focal point mandate, and when they come to the COP, they have so many different tasks, not just focusing on education. So when we invite them to our ECOS meetings, we try to support and build capacity around their capacities to maximize the efficiency that they are here with during this intense time of COPs. And I think you are now here with us. You are all familiar with ACE, as it's the of the convention, the UNFCCC convention. Oh, and it's Jonas. Hi, Jonas, come in.
Hi. Amazing. Wow.
We're just into summing up the survey results of ECOS. So you're right on time.
Excellent. Hey guys, today our event. There's also going to be things with us, IAI, join in right at the Nordic Pavilion. It's an amazing program, and I have some flyers left for you guys. I see plenty of people in the room, so I'm not sure if that's going to be enough, but if not, then you can share it too. Amazing. Thanks. Thank you very much.
Jonas.
And you're doing a great job. And ECOS, live it up. Thank you so much.
Give some information here.
Sorry, I just was totally forgot. Yes. This one.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah.
It's a very short commercial break. Advertisement.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. As you heard, SCM Pavilion. So going back to ACE and its 6 elements. So if we can move on the slides.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure you're familiar with the 6 elements of ACE. And when it comes to the ECOS efforts, we and our members. When I say we, I refer to our members. We cover all these areas. For example, last sessions from the Citizens Climate Lobby, we have heard several examples how they reach out, how they advocate, how they gather civil society voices for influencing or supporting public policy in the States. Then we have youth groups who support youth empowerment, youth participation in processes such as UN or EU processes, and of course public awareness is a broader one. It's among all our agendas, but I don't think I have to go further with ACE as you are the focal points on it, and also some professionals working on it. So when it comes to the relevancy of ACE as a UNFCCC mechanism within our group, we have asked our members how much they are involved in ACE activities. And you see here that the majority is not directly involved. Oh yeah. The majority is not directly involved. A part of it, 26%, is directly involved, and some are indirectly involved. So I would say at this point that a lot of people, a lot of groups who are doing ACE work might not be familiar with ACE as a mechanism, and got familiar during ECOS meetings or during UNFCCC sessions. But yes.
Can you describe what ACE?
Absolutely. So ACE is a mechanism under the UNFCCC for education and public awareness, and its roots from if you can go back another one.
Even one more, okay.
Yeah, it was it's rooting from the very beginning of the convention, as the Article 6 of the UNFCCC convention, and later on it came back in the Paris Agreement as Article 12. So it has a stable point in the whole process, and covers 6 elements. And just to familiarize, within national ministries, usually ministries of environment, ministries of education, there are these so-called ACE national focal points who are covering this area and are in charge of coordinating national efforts on carrying out these 6 elements. So relevancy, you see here, and moving on, key goals ECOS stakeholders. We asked what are the key goals for the members here, and you see here awareness raising, education, and here it's both formal and informal or non-formal education, tutoring, training, providing, disseminating information, climate literacy, youth empowerment, and youth empowerment also meaning giving young people voice to represent themselves, represent their generations in public debates, such as here at the UN, but also to build capacity and support each other with resources and also technical support. And when it comes to the limitations, the obstacles, majority of the members were saying that the main obstacle is the lack of funding for these activities and limited funding. And here I think we're all familiar with this limitation, as we all work with limited resources, and when it comes to youth efforts, we work almost with none. And it's possible to carry out action with no resources, but this could be multiplied with small amounts of public development funds, and also there are some good examples for that. Also when it comes to education and outreach. But perhaps I can ask you, what is the main obstacle for you when it comes to carrying out your efforts?
Would somebody like to?
Where's the mic?
Yeah, so talking about obstacles and limitations to carry out age-related, education-related efforts, what are the main obstacles and limitations in your areas?
Actually, as obstacles, usually the fund, and also who make such basic programs. It will be attract people to have the knowledge to spread to deliver the program. And also the creativity. We have a problem of creativity to make organize programs that you know, the youth, they are not always have a time for formal programs. So we have to create another kind of programs to make it the words
Engage. Creative.
Plus that the decision makers, they did not focus on the age issues because they are not aware what the importance of age issues or awareness issues and training issues. So this is one of our obstacles. Thank you.
Just may I ask, are you working there only nationally, or do you have also international cooperation in your work? Do you work with neighboring countries or international organizations, or do you mainly operate only in Sudan? Does the UNFCCC Secretariat support you sufficiently?
In terms of international, we don't have the UNFCCC does not support the programs. These national programs, and I mean not just climate change, all environmental issues. We are working on all environmental issues.
Thank you.
Thank you. And yeah, what my takeaway is from what you say is that it's not just about the funding, it's also about this creativity. And I can say maybe innovation, innovating new approaches to reach out to people, not just young people. It's an extremely different, it's an extremely more difficult group to reach out to because they need new kind of more creative, innovative approaches, but also civil society in general. I think, and there are some good examples. Also, when I just think of the activities of Climates, Climates has several innovative approaches, just like you said, the topic on city simulation. When it comes to introducing new mindsets, rather than standing out and presenting what climate change is and what solutions there are, rather giving them the tools to realize themselves. And not preach, but empower. And a lot of NGOs do that. Work together with NGOs and the national level.
Because we're going to circulate an agenda with all this information. I really
recently we have a collaboration with ECOS and civil societies to organize events. So we get questions from their experience and diversity of the knowledge because we are just limited in our thinking because every day we're doing the same thing. But if we diversify the group, so we have a useful way of thinking.
Yes, exactly.
We have to be aware of the time also.
All right.
We have 9 minutes left, or let's say 6 minutes.
Okay. Just gonna finish the survey results. So furthermore, aside from the lack of funding to carry out education efforts for our members, there are also other concerns. Apathy, simply just not finding the right audience, not being able to find the right way to connect, and a few other responses here, as you see. Moving on, we also asked members what were their best strategies or resources that they have found effective to carry out their goals, and we have a few listed here. You see, and just what we addressed here, working in collaboration with other institutions, sector-wide institutions, so the public with the private, including civil society organizations, developing national learning strategies, and here comes the eighth aspect into the focus, how national strategies can be developed and implemented for formal and non-formal education, involving a variety of stakeholders, policymakers, youth, women groups in these programs, and to engage in dialogues, give participation to all stakeholders, and make two-sided or even more-sided dialogues, including behavior campaigns, lifestyles. It also proves to be an efficient way to do climate action, providing truly hands-on, engaging interactive science. Interactive science, we can curve it back also to innovative science, creative science, and use of simulations to help people learn complex things, complex systems. It's in a lot of communities, it's just not appropriate. As you know, it's not appropriate to talk about climate science and explain it, being it as a complex issue, and rather than give the opportunity of simulations to better and more easily understand that. And here I'm going to finish when it comes to this. And I think we can give information or the continuation of ECOS throughout the next days and weeks.
Yes. So please if you want to be involved, join us on the ECOS Facebook page. It's a group, Climate ECOS. I can show it up here. It's ECOS community, and it's just Climate ECOS is the name of the group. Just request the access, and you will get it. And we have a mailing list for which we will share the details to subscribe to it. And as a plan for the next days, tomorrow the morning meeting will be somehow coordinated by Danae, and the focus is on financing for climate education. And on Wednesday, the morning meeting will be devoted to the multi-stakeholder partnership GLOCHA, which is being set up by my organization as one way of connecting and empowering and resourcing the education, communication, and outreach stakeholders with technology support, with philanthropy support, and also with organizational innovations on the ground. So this is on Wednesday, and on Thursday, there's the Young and Future Generations Day opening at 10 o'clock. So I guess that most of us will want to be there. So I think Thursday will be no ECOS morning meeting, and then on Friday we will then focus on setting up the operation system of ECOS, because we really have to become more operational and getting more members, and also all the procedures and structures in place to have a stronger impact on what's going on, and highlighting the topic of education, communication, outreach in the negotiations, but also back home. And this is very important to be aware that ECOS, the speciality of ECOS is we are not only about NGOs, we are really about everybody who is in education, communication, outreach, and we are not only about the UNFCCC bubble.
Yeah.
We are somehow trying to provide service and support also to the people out there, the hundreds of thousands of people who are engaged in climate education, and looking how can we build the structures and the support that there will be more climate change awareness and more empowerment, knowledge-based empowerment for climate action around the world. And with this, I'm very happy that you are here.
Say something.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I would like to say something. It's nice to see some of the ACE focal points, because most of the time we are not connected with you, and even we don't know exactly how are we working at national level. We have every intersessional, the ACE dialogue, and everyone is sharing some ideas, and we have the reports on the web page. But I think it's necessary to be very, very close to you with civil society, private sector, and another important actors in this program, because I don't know if you have checked the SBI agenda. The item 19 is for the review of the actions for climate empowerment issues. And the only thing online is the report of the past ACE dialogue in May. And it will be very interesting if you can check it. And as well as if you know another ACE focal points that are attending the conference here in Katowice, please share with them the information about ECOS, because it will be nice to start to be engaged with you, not just in the intersessionals, with the youth, with the NGOs, and with another actors. Please. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Please, Mona. Yeah.
Presentation?
Yes.
Okay. I can also send it to you if you provide your email address to us.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So see you tomorrow and over the coming days. Thanks for having been with us.
Thanks.